Good afternoon, family. Good afternoon, family. This is Coach Jay coming back at you with some more financial tips on the Roth IRA. We've been talking about the Roth IRA and how it's a tool that we can use to invest for ourselves as well as future generations. This is a wonderful tool that we can use that it will be tax-free, penalty-free. Once we go to draw out at the age of 59 and a half, or else if our beneficiaries, in the event that we pass away, our beneficiaries receive this money tax-free because of our wisdom and our participation in operating it in this vehicle of the Roth individual retirement arrangement. As stated before, we know the Roth IRA was introduced to Congress back in 1979. Senator Roth introduced it to Congress and it was passed in 1979, and it went into effect. And it's a wonderful vehicle for wealth building. We know that in order to participate in the Roth IRA, you must have an earned income or whatever it is for that income limit for the year. At least that much. This year, in the year of 2024, for anyone under the age of 50, you can contribute up to $7,000 into your Roth IRA. That's approximately $583.33 that you could, if you go in it systematically every month, up to $7,000. But once again, you must have earned income of at least $7,000 for the year of 2024. Last year it was $6,500. They increased it by $500 this year. Now, if you're 50 and above, you can do the $7,000 with an additional, it's called a catch-up contribution, that you can contribute to your Roth IRA for the year of 2024. It's a terrific vehicle to invest in for yourself and for future generations. I would also say that, say for instance, you're working and you make at least $14,000 and you're under the age of 50, you can contribute $14,000, $7,000 for you and $7,000 for the spousal Roth IRA. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. So just because your spouse is not working does not mean that you can't contribute on your spouse's behalf. And it's called a spousal Roth IRA. And it's a beautiful thing. So they put that provision in there so that the spouse can be able to have income invested on the spouse's behalf, even though they do not have earned income. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. A lot of people don't know about that. And it's the same way with the traditional IRA, but we're talking about the Roth IRA because it is the vehicle that we are diving into for wealth building with tax-free money once you pull it out at the age of 59 or above. Once again, every contribution dollar that you invest, immediately you're able to get that money back tax-free if you need to. I call it the Roth IRA, I call it the second emergency fund. I don't use it as a primary emergency fund because we want this money to build, and when we start taking money out, even though we can, everything that we contributed, regardless if it was yesterday, you can go back and get it if you need it for an emergency. And we try to have a different vehicle for emergency funds with a high yield savings account, and probably an index fund or just a high yield savings account somewhere that's drawing 4 or 5% interest if we can find one. And there's many out right now in the year of 2024 because of the inflation. And so last year was a big year for people, for banks and savings accounts and all that to jump back up a little bit on their yield on the return of your money. So we're talking about the Roth IRA. Once again, the most you can put in, it's got a cap on it If you earn $7,000, you can put $7,000 in for the year 2024. If you earn $3,000, you can only put $3,000 in for the year 2024. So whatever you earn, you can contribute every dollar of that money up to $7,000. Now, if you're 50 and above, you can contribute an additional. It's called a catch-up contribution. Additional $1,000 on top of the $7,000. So if you're 50 and above, you can contribute up to $8,000 a year for the year of 2024. All right. So another caveat I want to throw out here with this Roth IRA is that they put some provisions in here. Say, for instance, you want to pay for some higher education, you're able to also get those contribution dollars back to pay for educational purposes. And you got to check what all the provisions are with that, but you're able to use that Roth money to pay for higher education for yourself, as well as if you're a first-time home owner, buyer, you're able to pull out about $10,000. And also they have a new provision in there where you can pull out up to $20,000 if you have that in there, up to $20,000 for domestic violence. I believe it's 20,000, maybe 10 as well. So go back and check that, but they put that in the provision when they came out with the Secure Act 2.0. So let's dive into some numbers today. We're gonna go ahead and talk about a married couple, a legally married couple, and their income. Between the two of them, they're both working. They make the exact same dollars. I'm gonna show you how beautiful this thing can be, and we're gonna take it to the next level when we start talking about the 401k. We're gonna talk about how you can really max out. And once we get to the 401k, some companies offer the Roth or the traditional, and we'll talk about that. But let's talk about this married couple. They're not offered a 401k at their job, so we're just gonna use this scenario. They're making between the two of them, they make the exact same amount of money. They work at the same place. They make $19.27 an hour. So that's approximately $770 per week, $3,083.20 per month. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into this. This couple makes $74,000 a year. $74,000 a year combined income. So we already know that Social Security tax is for anyone up to the income level of $168,000. Everybody, it's a flat fee. Everybody pay Social Security tax on earned income of 6.2%. In Medicare, you can add an additional 1.45%. With the total in that FICA, sometimes you may see it on your pay stub or whatnot. It says FICA, or it may just say Social Security tax, or it may say and then there's additional line item for Medicare tax. And once again, Social Security tax is a flat fee for everybody up to $168,000. If you make over $168,000, you no longer get taxed on for Social Security tax. I think that's one way that people can literally fix the Social Security. If they just tax people on regardless of what they make on the 6.2, if you make $100,000, she's making $100,000 and the other person's making $100,000, or let's just put it $169,000. Just tax them on the 6.2 instead of They stop taxing people for Social Security at $168,000 a year. That's an easy fix. I just fixed the whole program. And then Medicare, once again, if they make over $168,000, just continue to tax them at a 1.45% with a total of 7.65 if they make $200,000. They make $300,000. Tax them on it. Don't stop it at $168,000. That's an easy fix. There you go, Congress. I just fixed it for you. I just fixed Social Security tax for you. And then, if you don't know, Social Security tax is it's not like you got this money that's been set aside for you. That's what a lot of people think. I used to think that until I started studying this thing out. But Social Security tax is you're paying for the people who've already paid their Social Security tax, and now they're receiving Social Security benefits from it. That's how it works. So anyway, let's get back to this couple. This couple makes $74,000. So right off the bat, Social Security tax and Medicare is $5,661. Okay. Now we're going to do this modified adjusted gross income on how this is taxed, and I'm going to try to do this in the next 4 minutes. So right off the bat, you got 74 minus $5,661. All right, that brings you down now to $68,339. Now we got to go back up to the $74,000, and we're going to go ahead and find out what our modified adjusted gross income is. Now, the tax on the $74,000 for them combined is $8,415.88. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract all those numbers off between the Social Security tax and the tax on the adjusted modified adjusted gross income. Now that drops us down to $59,923.12. And now we're going to go ahead and subtract off the $14,000, $7,000 each for the Roth IRA. So that couple literally bring home to their hands $45,923.12. That's approximately $3,862.93 per month that they have to do whatever they want with it. Now, watch the beauty of this Roth. We're going to do this once again for the next 25 years, assuming we're getting a 10% rate of return on our money every year. After 25 years of doing this and never going up, consistently doing this, this couple will have $376 approximately. Okay. And now we're going to say this couple wants to now start drawing off of their money that they've been investing because they're ready to retire at the age of 65. No problem. We're going to use a 4% rule of thumb. The 4% rule of thumb basically is if you pull 4% out and you're still getting 10% on your money is still growing. So your money will never run out. And we know that sometimes the market's up, sometimes it's down, but we're just using that. This couple start putting out, they say, hey, we need about $80,000 to live on our lifestyle without working, no longer exchanging our time for money. We're retired. So if they pull a 4% rule of thumb off, they get $55,000 and there's and $42.88. Okay, that's what they get. But what they didn't factor in was they're probably going to get between both of them $20,000 each for Social Security when they're ready to start pulling out. That's an additional $40,000. So this couple's now got $95,042.88 a year that they can pull off between the money that they've been investing through their Roth 401k plan, using the 4% rule of thumb, getting $55,000 a year, and then getting another $40,000 from Social Security, $20,000 from each of them. They were $95,000 that they got to live on. They're no longer exchanging their time for money. Game changer. Because they decided that we're not going to spend every dollar that we make. We're going to invest in ourselves. We're going to no longer be a part of the consumer culture without investing in ourselves first. We're not going to stop living life. We're just going to now realize that what if I live till I'm 65? 75, 85. This couple is set up to take care of themselves and also to leave some for their heirs if they were to pass away. God bless you guys and have a great day.